Can't do that here.
Renly's the name. You're skilled with the violence, if what you did out there in the riverbanks is any sign. Another refugee from the Count's justice, I take it. Well, have no fear. This place is something of a hideaway for many of us now, and we could sorely use your skills in these dark times. I'll smith for you what I can, if you're willing to bend your violence toward our defense. There's a beast of particular dark power stalking us out in the felling. It moves unseen under the dirt and attacks without warning. We can't leave the walls to find food, and I've been unable to corner and slay the beast myself. Now, if you could channel your violence against this devourer, as Finn calls it, we'd be indebted to you.
Kindness will get you killed in times like these, old man.
Welcome, violent stranger. I am Finn, and I shall be your if I don't got it. This is a wooden tomb, if you care to see it objectively. We're not quite dead yet, but food supply is dwindling, and I've seen what hunger can make a man do. The monsters out there are not the ones that will get us in the end. Oh, Renly's all right. Only man in the village that didn't run me out of town whenever he saw me. Well, maybe it's because he didn't have a daughter to protect. Who knows what prizes await? Bye then.
A swindler and a thief. I like 'em already.
Welcome to the Camp of the Lost, stranger. We survive, but we do not live. I am Una. All this began the night Count Gino took his most loyal men into the Grellwood. After he returned, a madness grew in him. Something happened out there. Please, I beg of you, travel into the forest and begin your search. There must be some clue as to what took place. I fear this land's sickness will only deepen unless we do something. Sorry, I was just elsewhere. All this began the night Count Gino took his most loyal men. Something happened out. I fear this land's sick. Renly brings the strength. Finn brings the wit. And I'm doing my best to keep spirits raised with my songs. Hope is the only thing we have now, but it's in short supply. He doubts himself, but I know he will find a way to protect us. He is a good man, and I am thankful for his presence. In many ways, he reminds me of my father. Bye.
By decree of the Count of Orgum, able-bodied men capable of excavation must present themselves at the manor at once. Failure to do so will constitute a crime.
How can I help? Well, this place was never meant to house this many people, especially not the sick and injured. But there's nowhere else to go. The monsters creeping out of the forest keep us locked within these wooden walls, and the Count's tyranny has made outlaws of everyone here, so nobody's coming to save us. I don't have the heart to tell the others I don't see a way to survive this. I put on a brave face, but it's the truth. This part of Farrell has been a fair home for many an Essamite generation. The clans didn't always get along, but we had to settle our feuds when the Eternals laid their savage boot upon us. We weren't able to take part in the Bloody Flowers Rebellion, but we had our share of conflict with them here. Their ruins run over the top of ours, fighting a silent war in stone. It's a shame what happened to old Brannock. He was a kind man in life, but I can't say I'll miss the creature he became. Oh, he tried to batter his way in for 5 full days once he rose again. Well, we thought we were done for, but then you came along, and I'm glad you did. If you find a pint out there, do bring it back.
Permafrost bolts shatter on impact, hitting enemies behind the target. This attack is very effective at freezing enemies. This is an ammo skill. Use it to change your bolts, then use basic attack to fire. Explosive disengage. Volcano creates armor. Disengage. Poison burst arrow explode. Use escape. Lightning arrow chains lightning to multiple lightning rods stick into the ground. A short time up. Flame Wall ignites enemies caught. Ice, Flame, Volcano creates an Furious Slam, Armor, Poison, Flame Wall. Fireball explodes on impact, and Ember Fusillade conjures motes of fire that hover above you. When you stop casting, the embers will launch. Temporal Chains is a curse that slows enemies. Firestorm rains fire. Hold down the button for Flame Blast to prime. Eye of Winter is a moving storm that... Lightning Conduit calls down lightning upon enemies in front of you. If an enemy is shocked, ball light. Stand inside a Mana Tempest. Skeletal Arsonists deal high fire damage but have low life. They can be commanded to detonate. Enemies hit by Bone Cage will be pinned if they... Essence Drain. Monsters that die while in... Unearth is a physical area spell. Skeletal Snipers do high... Enfeeble is a... Cast Detonate Dead on a corpse to cause a violent explosion. The damage is... Vulnerability. Bind Spectre allows you to pick a... Cast Profane Ritual. Dark Effigy raises a totem that launches chaos projectiles at any enemies affected. Despair is a curse that makes your... Skeletal Reavers are aggressive skeletons that can become enraged. Command them to enrage, and they will become strong. Skeletal Storm Mages deal high lightning damage. Bone Offering will impale one of your skeletons. Hex Blast can be cut. Soul Offering impales one of your skeletons to grant you a huge boost to spell damage. Skeletal Clerics don't attack, but instead heal your other minions. They will also periodically revive your... Skeletal Brutes are large, hard-hitting minions that will... Cast Rain. Skeletal Frost. Volcano. Shockwave Totem repeatedly thumps the ground, dealing area damage. Thunderstorm calls down lightning bolts and summons biting rain, which makes enemies... Ferocious Roar generates a huge burst of... Rolling Magma spits a ball of lava that bounces forward, dealing damage each time it hits the ground. Pounce leaps to the target location, damaging enemies where you... Wing Blast buffets enemies, knocking them back as you... Lunar Assault projects a crescent of ice with... Entangle grows gnarled root. Furious Slam. Fury of the Mountain pounds the ground as long as the... Thunderstorm called... Devour leaps onto a... Arctic Howl can cause nearby enemies to freeze in... Ferocious Roar generates a huge burst of rage and causes your next few attacks to break enemy armor. Spell Totem will cast any spells you socket into it. It requires several power or endurance charges to place, but gets bonuses based on which type of charges you spend to place it. Cross Slash jumps back, gouging the ground and sucking in any nearby ice fragments from your other skills. Rampage. Oil Barrage spits a volley of projectiles that coat enemies in oil. Thrashing Vines causes explosive plant growth in an area. For the duration of the spell, vines appear and crash down on near... Tornado sucks in enemies and constantly damages them. If it touches elemental ground, it will absorb those effects and apply them to all enemies caught in the tornado. Rampage charges forward in a fury. Flame Breath lets you take to the skies and immolate your foe. Lunar Blessing turns you into a fearsome Arctic wolf, granting a large amount of extra cold damage. Walking Calamity builds up glory based on rage you generate while you're already at maximum rage. Once you have enough glory, unleash this skill to become an Ursine avatar of destruction, calling down a sustain... Earthquake creates... While Bone Shatter is equipped, monsters display these indicators when their stun meter is... Rolling Slam strikes twice. Using Armor Breaker repeatedly against enemies will break their armor. Shockwave Totem repeatedly thumps the ground. Infernal Cry puts a debuff on enemies that makes them use shield charge. Hold down the button for perfect strike on impact. Molten Blast. Hold down the button for resonating. Leap Slam is useful for closing in on enemies. Earth Shatter is a slam that creates a spot. Volcanic Fissure damages enemies and creates smoldering cracks in the earth. Use Shield Wall to ram your shield into the ground, creating a wall of rock. The rocks will explode. Sunder cracks the earth in a wide swathe and causes shockwaves from any enemies hit. Targets with fully broken armor will be sundered, causing them to take more physical damage for a few seconds. Sunder cracks the earth in a wide swathe and causes shockwaves from any enemies hit. Targets with fully broken armor will be sundered, causing them to take more physical damage for a few seconds. Sunder cracks the earth. Use Fortifying Cry to gain power from nearby enemies and receive the Guard buff, which protects your life. Forge Hammer throws a molten hammer that slams. Seismic Cry. Hold down the button for supercharged slam. Stampede leaves jagged ground. The Ancestral Warrior Totem will attack for you using Mace. Hammer of the Gods requires glory accumulated from stunning enemies. Ancestral Cry builds up glory anytime you ignite. Armor Disengage flips backwards as you stab enemies in front of you. Poison Flame Disengage flips backwards as Whirling Slash hits enemies. Twister conjures a small tornado that travels forward, damaging. Explosive Spears stick into the ground where they land. Lightning Spear splits into many projectiles on impact and has a high chance to shock enemies, making them take more damage. If you have frenzy charges from a skill like Disengage, it will split an additional time to hit a very large number of enemies. Cull the Weak dashes to an enemy and will instantly kill them if their life is low. Fangs of Frost stabs an enemy with an ice-tipped spear. Rake dashes to a target enemy and performs a wide sweep. In fact, Lightning Spear splits into many projectiles on impact. Rapid Assault performs 6 stabs in quick succession. Spearfield rends the Stormlance sticks into the ground, periodically zapping enemies with lightning. Barrage empowers your next attack to fire. Bloodhunt dashes to an enemy. Glacial Lance hurls a piercing spear that leaves a trail of ice behind it, chilling enemies in its wake. If it consumes a frenzy charge, using Tame Beast will mark them for capture for a short time. If you kill them during this period, they will be absorbed into the gem and be available as a summoned companion. The summon will retain the mods it had when you fought it. After equipping the gem, beasts will be marked with this indicator. Using Tame Beast will mark them for capture for a short time. If you kill them during this period, they will be absorbed. If you Thunderous Leap performs a lightning-charged jump, and Primal Strikes can be used multiple times in a row for a storm-charged 3-part combo. Hitting shocked targets will conjure ancestral spirits. If you inflict enough bleeding on an enemy with Bloodhound's Mark, they will be stunned. Furthermore, stunning or killing the marked enemy can cause a bloody... Upon impact, Whirlwind Lance creates a whirlwind. Throwing another lance into a whirlwind or consuming a frenzy charge increases. Elemental Sundering consumes all elemental ailments from everything around you. Enemies, allies, even corpses. It causes an explosion for each ailment consumed. Elemental Sundering consumes all... Wind Serpent's Fury consumes all your frenzy charges to create great wind serpents, repeatedly damaging and knocking. Spear of Solaris requires glory accumulated from stunning enemies. At maximum glory, use the skill to invoke the power of the Sun God herself and call down a great pillar of fire. Poison Burst Arrow explodes to cover enemies in poison. Lightning Arrow Vine Arrow slows nearby. Freezing Salvo passively accumulates icy missiles. Using the skill, fires all stored missiles. Hold down the button for Snipe to charge up. A short time after a Stormcaller arrow hits a target, a bolt of lightning strikes the enemy with Toxic Growth fires a volley of poisonous pustule. Ice-tipped arrows cause your bow at barrage, empowers your next attack to fire multiple times. If you have frenzy charges, this skill. Use Electrocuting Arrow to lodge a lightning rod into an enemy. Hitting this enemy with enough lightning damage will electrocute them. Gas Arrow leaves a toxic cloud that poisons enemy. Freezing Mark makes an enemy more vulnerable to being frozen. If the enemy dies, they will explode with ice. Sniper's Mark will make an enemy more vulnerable to your next critical hit. Voltaic Mark will make an enemy more vulnerable to being shocked. When the marked target dies, a lightning nova, a rain of arrows launches a volley that continues to fall for some time. If you have frenzy charges, the skill will consume them to launch an even longer volley. Rain of Arrow. Hold down the button for detonating arrow to charge up a powerful shot. At full charge, the arrow will explode on impact. This explosion will detonate flammable targets such as the cloud from the gas arrow skill. Hold down the button for detonating arrow. Tornado Shot whips up a tornado where it lands. Shock Chain Arrow will hone in on shocked enemies. Upon hitting one, a shockwave will be released and a lightning beam. Toxic Domain infects the ground around you with malignant power. While you stand in this area, you regenerate life, and your bow attacks cause poisonous pustules to sprout from enemies, but your skills will be more expensive. Spiral Volley spins around while firing a volley of arrows in all directions, aiming at enemies if possible. If you have any frenzy charges, Spiral Volley will consume them to deal more damage and chain to enemies. Magnetic Salvo targets every lightning rod stuck into enemies or disengage flipped arm. Falling Thunder is a lightning area attack. If you have power charges, this skill will consume them to create projectiles. With Killing Palm equipped, monsters will display these blue indicators when they are low on life. Glacial Cascade is a cold area attack that ends with a powerful spike of ice. Hitting a frozen target with the spike, frozen locusts will explode when attacked by you. Wind Blast knocks enemies away from you, and Staggering Palm can be used to stun an enemy. Tempest Bell must be charged up by striking enemies with melee attacks. Once placed, you can hit the bell with other skills to make it. Ice Strike is a combo of 3 cold attacks. Tempest Flurry is a combo of 4 lightning attacks. The third attack strikes 3 times, and the fourth calls down a powerful bolt that has a high chance to shock enemies. Vaulting Impact is a leaping slam attack. Hitting dazed enemies will break their stance, causing them to take extra damage from attacks. Use Wave of Frost to dodge backwards and look. When used on a shocked enemy, Siphoning Strike will release a blast. Freezing Mark makes an enemy more vulnerable to being frozen. If the enemy dies, they will explode with ice. Stormwave is a lightning area attack. Charged Staff consumes your power charges to grant lightning damage to your attacks. While the Mantra of Destruction must be charged up by hitting enemies with your staff. Once charged, use it to imbue your next attack with a light. Hand of Chayula can be used to apply curses and marks onto a target. Whirling Assault deals a lot of small hits and can be redirected as you move. Enemies near the target of Shattering Palm will be covered in chunks of ice. Flicker Strike is a teleporting attack. If you have power charges, the skill will consume them to teleport to random enemies and strike. Hold down the button for Gathering Storm to build up power before dashing through enemies, striking all in your path. Flame Wall Ignite. Comet calls down a massive icy chunk from the sky. Target close to your character to dodge backwards as you cast. Comet can also consume a fire infusion to create a massive blast of ice and fire. Comet calls down a massive icy chunk from the sky. Target close to your character to dodge backwards as you cast. Comet can also consume a fire infusion to create a massive blast of ice and fire. Comet calls down a massive icy chunk from the sky. Target close to your character to dodge backwards as you cast. Comet can also consume a fire infusion to create a massive blast of ice and fire. Comet calls down a massive icy chunk from the sky. Target close to your character to dodge backwards as you cast. Comet can also consume a fire. Falling thunder. Poison burst. Disengage. Armor-piercing rounds can break enemy armor. Fragmentation. Armor-piercing rounds can. Permafrost bolts shatter. Explosive grenades have a long fuse, but deal devastating damage if you can catch enemies in the blast. Permafrost bolts shatter. High-velocity rounds pierce through enemies and deal. Bolts from incendiary shot shatter on impact, also hitting enemies behind. Flash grenades can blind and stun enemies. Rapid shot fires very quickly, but heats up your cross. Ice shards targets the ground, leaving shards of ice that explode on hit. Galvanic shards create arcs of. Gas grenades create a flammable poison cloud that on. Artillery ballista is an emplacement that fires a hail of bolts into the sky. Explosive shot can be used to detonate. Glacial bolts create walls of. Voltaic grenade lets out an electrocuting. Siege ballista is an emplacement that launches long-range. Storm blast bolts stick into the ground. They can be detonated to create lightning explosions. Use a oil. Storm blast bolts stick into the ground. They can be detonated to create lightning explosions. Use a detonating skill like explosive grenade to set them off. Storm blast bolts stick into the ground. They can be detonated to create lightning explosions. Use a detonating skill like explosive. Oil grenades cover everything in flammable oil, slowing enemies and reducing their elemental resistance. Ignite effects and detonator skills will. Hailstorm bolts accumulate over time, even when they aren't loaded. Shock burst rounds explode if they hit a shocked enemy. You can reload manually by using this skill again. Shock burst rounds explode if they hit. Hailstorm bolts accumulate over time, even when they aren't loaded. Firing this skill launches all accumulate. Emergency reload instantly reloads your crossbows. And mortar cannon is an emplacement. Siege cascade fires a bolt at each enemy in the target area. The bolts rain down. Plasma blast takes a long time to charge, but deals devastating amounts of damage. It pierces through all enemies and will explode if it hits terrain. Plasma cluster grenades spit out multiple. Plasma blast takes a long time to charge, but deals devastating amounts of damage. It pierces through all enemies and will explode if it hits terrain. Plasma blast takes a long time to charge, but deals devastating amounts of damage. Disengage flips. armor-piercing round. Plasma Blast takes a long time to charge, but deals devastating amounts of damage. It pierces through all enemies and will explode if it hits terrain. Plasma Blast takes a long time to charge, but deals devastating amounts of damage. It pierces through all enemies and will explode if it hits terrain. Plasma Blast takes a long time to...
Primal Druid, a man torn between two worlds. But our forests have no place for another of your kind. Let the Great Wolf hear your final remarks. primal druid. A man torn between two worlds. But our forests have no place for another of your kind. Let the great wolf hear your final remarks. Get to him! Get down the druid!
Seems that Dreyarch's not done with me yet.
We're the first ones. You're alive. I'm glad to see another living.
Oh.
What?
Nay, lad. Now speak. What befell ye?
Oh, first ones, bless you. The miller went off to warn Cleo. I was fixing to go. Now, I would appreciate it if you could... Reach Clearfell. Find the miller.
Not natural, this. Air's gone sour.
remnants!
Beast still waits within.
Not man!
Not beast, but both.
familiar somehow. Like meeting an old friend I ken a name.
Die, fiend! Damn remnant!
Hearts wasted on ye, you bloody lump. That's a start. Sleep now, whatever's left.
Kelton, please come inside.
This is no stronghold. Wouldn't he stand up to a stiff breeze?
Renly's then. Well, have no fear. This place is some... I've smith for you. There's a beast at particular... Now, if you could chant...
Seems he's the only thing holding this place together.
A druid! This? Oh, none of it's junk. Trust me. Later.
A thief. Let's hope he's the honorable kind.
How's the clearing? Well, the malt, I don't have a heart. This we weren't able. This part of we weren't able. It's a shame what happened. Oh, he tried to... If you find a pint out there, do bring it back.
Welcome to the camp of... I can... all the... Some... I fear this... Hello. He doubt in many... Friendly brings... Bye.
Not the place for such things.
By decree of the Count of Ogam, able-bodied men capable of excavation must present them.
That'd have me out in my ear.
Ice Nova can chill and freeze enemies. It can also consume a cold infusion from your other skills to leave behind chilled ground that slows enemies. Frost Bomb pulses with ice, reducing enemies' resistance to elemental damage. After a time, the orb will explode and leave behind a cold infusion. Frost Bomb pulses with ice. Furious Slap. Lunar Assault projects a crescent... Earthquake. Fragment Flame. Frost Bomb pulses with ice, reducing enemies' resistance to elemental damage. After a time, the orb will explode and leave behind a cold infusion. Frost Darts fires multiple icy projectiles that create explosive fragments on hitting. Comet calls down a massive icy chunk from the sky. Ball Lightning Projectile. Frost Dart. Frost Bomb pulses with ice, reducing enemies' resistance to elemental damage. After a time, the orb will explode and leave... Frost Darts. Snap can be used to detonate any frozen, shocked, or ignited enemy. This will leave behind an elemental infusion. Snap can also be used to explode frostbolts. Frost Bomb pulses with ice, reducing enemies' resistance to elemental damage. After a time, the orb will explode and leave behind a cold infusion. Frost Bomb pulses with ice, reducing enemies' resistance to elemental damage. After a time, the orb will explode and leave behind a cold infusion. Lunar Assault projects a crescent of ice. Furious Slam pounds the ground with your front paws, dealing damage twice to enemies caught by. Lunar Assault projects a crescent of ice with your claws. This skill...
That'd have me out on my ear.
Furia. Frost Bomb pulses with ice, reducing enemies' resistance. Spark projectiles bounce off walls. Frost Bomb pulses with ice, reducing enemies' resistance to elemental damage.
Claim you.
Name's Pharaoh. Some call me Runeseeker.
I'm far from home, but these lands are even more...
Aye. Couldn't you have picked a worse time to visit for you, and what brings you this way?
Runes. Inscriptions. Etched into remnants. Now, a smith I may... Perhaps we can...
Think I know how this goes. I keep the beasties off your back while you find what you're looking for.
That's about right. Speaking of, let's investigate that remnant.
But we can add to it. Combinations of inscription. Look here. My tome contains many rune shapes. Name's Pharaoh. I'm far from home.
Aye. What brings you?
Rude now, perhaps.
Think I know.
That's about... Speaking of, let's investigate that remnant.
But look here. That was impressive. Never is he now. I've travelled to Ogden, but some Ezamites would say rune shapes were simply brought to us by the first ones. But I reckon there's more to the tale.
Wish I could tell you one way or the other. Just now. What
Help me in my research, and I'll seek out more remnants like good on.
fury. Remember how to fight. I'm not ready yet. I need more time for that. Down you go. I'm not ready yet!
Sleep, my pretty.
I'm not ready yet! I need more time for that!
to grow. Invader!
That's heavy enough already.
I have received reports of a number of villagers hiding at the Clearfell logging site. Travel there and convey my order to return. Anyone refusing my authority should be criminal. Deal with them as you see fit, but bring their bodies back to the manor.
Furious Slam, Pound, Flame, Ice Nova can chill and freeze enemies. It can also consume a cold infusion from your other skills to leave behind chilled ground that slows enemies. Ice Nova can chill and freeze enemies. It can also consume a cold infusion from your other skills to leave behind chilled ground that slows enemies. Ice Nova can chill and freeze enemies. It can also consume a cold infusion from your other skills to leave behind chilled ground that slows enemies. Ice Nova can chill and freeze enemies. It can also consume a cold infusion from your other skills to leave behind chilled ground that slows enemies. Ice Nova can chill and freeze enemies. It can also consume a cold infusion from...
Nature's fury! tunnels of mud and filth. Aye, this reeks of the Devourer's lair. Ash and ruin! Your grave awake! Pack's heavy enough already.
To fail is a death!
full up.
Away!
I'm not ready yet!
Ash and ruin!
I'm not ready yet!
Poison burst out. Disengage. Poison burst arrow. Fragment. Ice nova. Frost dart. Furious. Flame. Frost darts fires multiple icy projectiles that create explosive fragments on hitting. Frost darts fires multiple icy projectiles that create explosive fragments on hitting a chilled or frozen enemy. It can also consume a cold infusion to make the darts themselves explode. Frost darts fires multiple icy projectiles that create explosive fragments on hitting a chilled or frozen enemy. It can also consume a cold infusion to make the darts themselves explode. Frost darts fires multiple icy projectiles. Furious volcano creates an eruption. Lunar Assault projects a crescent of ice with your claws. This skill is very good at freezing enemies. Entangle grows gnarled roots which attach vines. Unearth is a physical area. Flame Wall ignites enemies caught within it. Any projectile. Falling Thunder is a lightning area attack. If Poison Burst Arrow explodes, disengage, flips back, fragmentation rounds, Permafrost Bolts, Earthquake, Furious, Lunar Assault projects a Flame Wall ignites enemies caught within it. Any projectiles that pass through the wall will deal extra fire damage. It can also consume a lightning infusion from your other skills to add extra lightning damage to projectiles. Flame Wall. Spark projectiles bounce off walls and have a chance to Orb Frost. Unearth is a physical area spell. If it kills a monster or hits a corpse, it summons a short-lived bone minion. You can use your other dead minions as fuel for this skill while they are reviving, but only once each. Unearth is a physical area spell. If it kills a monster, skeletal arsonists deal high fire damage but have low life. They can be commanded to detonate other minions that are close to death. When you see this red indicator, it means that the minion can be detonated. Skeletal arsonists deal high fire damage but have low life. They can be commanded to detonate other minions that are close to death. When you see this red indicator, it means that the minion can be detonated. Skeletal arsonists deal high fire damage but have low life. They can be commanded to detonate other minions that are close to death. When you see this red indicator, it means that the minion can be detonated. Lunar Assault projects a crescent of ice with your claws. This skill is Unearth. Flame Wall ignites enemies caught within it. Any Fragdisin.
Lousy vermin! I need more time for that!
Can't carry anymore.
Furious. Lunar Assault projects a crescent of ice with your claws. This skill is very good at freezing enemies. Lunar Assault projects a crescent of ice with your claws. This skill is very good at freezing enemies. Lunar Assault.
Another soul. I'm not ready yet.
I'm not ready yet.
Out of mana! I'm not ready yet! I need more time for that! Grab guard! Out of mana! You've gorged on the good folk of Clairfell long enough.
Pounce leaps to the target location. Frost Darts fires multiple icy projectiles that create explosive fragments on hitting a chilled or frozen enemy. It can also consume a cold infusion to make the darts themselves explode. frost darts fires multiple icy projectiles that create explosive fragments on hitting a chilled or frozen enemy. It Volcano creates an eruption. Ice nova can chill and freeze enemies. It can also consume a cold infusion from your other skills to leave behind chilled ground that slows enemies. Ice nova can chill and freeze enemies. It can also consume a cold infusion from your other skills to leave behind chilled ground that slows enemies. Ice nova can chill and freeze enemies. It can also consume a cold infusion from your other skills to leave behind chilled ground that slows enemies. Ice nova can chill and freeze enemies. It can also consume a cold infusion from your other skills to leave behind chilled ground that slows enemies. Ice nova can chill and freeze enemies. It can also consume a cold infusion from your other skills to leave behind chilled ground that slows enemies. Ice nova can chill and freeze enemies. It can also consume a cold infusion from your other skills to leave behind chilled ground that slows enemies. Ice nova can chill and freeze enemies. It can also consume a cold infusion from your other skills to leave Ice nova can chill and freeze enemies. It can also consume a cold infusion from your other skills.
Pack's heavy enough already. Can it carry any more?
Ah, finally! Took down the Devourer, did you? Now, this won't cover our debt. Bad enough I have all these folks to protect. I've been worried sick about my son ever since the Count's men arrested him. I was hoping you might have seen him when you were in their custody. He's a big lad, but you can't miss him because, well, he's not from around here. I found him washed up on the riverbanks when he was just a child, a Karoi foundling, perhaps lost by some raiding party. Nobody ever came for him, though. Every day here in Clearfell, I keep my eyes on the river, hoping he'll miraculously wash up on its lonely sands just one more time. If you find a pint out there, to bring it back.
Best not scatter the locals.
Best not scare the locals.
Not the place for such things.